Liposuction 360 degrees around the whole torso. What can it do? What can't it do? What should it do? What shouldn't do? Now, basically, what we are doing when we do a 360-degree liposuction is a kind of reshaping of the thorax, and as you see in the illustration here, especially attacking what we call the belt fat, the subcutaneous, the superficial fat in the lower tummy region and in the love handle area, because that is a strategically very important zone for your body shape. It's something that many, especially of my female patients, literally hate, because it makes your waist kind of look square. So when we do this, we work all around the torso. So I'm not a big fan of doing a little zone, just checking out a bit of the tummy. Because you don't really get shape, you don't get skin retraction, so we really work the entire zone through, and especially removing the belt fat accumulation in the lower back and lower tummy zone. What a big misunderstanding about liposuction, even in modern days, is we still occasionally see patients who think that this is a weight loss procedure. Say, how much weight am I going to lose? If a patient asks this, is it my advice to patients is don't liposuction these patients, because they haven't understood the idea of the procedure. The idea is to create shape. We are treating fat deposits which reasonably will unlikely disappear with any diet or exercise. They will just stay there. Especially the love handles are known for being extremely stubborn against diet and exercise. And we really do these procedures in patients who are body mass index wise in or around their ideal weight. We are not intending to do a weight loss procedure. I'm showing you a beautiful case example. The patient I'm showing you here, she had a breast augmentation together with the lipo. We didn't do anything to the butt. That's the interesting point here. Look at the butt. How the shape of her waist changes. The butt actually changes without us touching the butt at all. It's just the lipo around. I think really a beautiful case to show how much shaping around the buttock actually does. So what the 360-degree lipo treat is mainly the abdomen, both flanks, and the hip transition. We do treat the back. Bear in mind, the back often has thick skin, so it's not only fat that you see, but we try to also reduce the bra roll. Remember, we remove the fat, we don't remove the skin. Good example here, you see this patient, she also had a breast surgery together with this. She had fat transfer to her buttock. We often combine that, but attention please to the waist, to the belt area. Complete reshaping result, an utterly different body shape, accentuated waist. So that's really the idea. When do you see the result? Well, results you see immediately. So that's a surgery where you see an immediate effect, of course. Then it's you may have a bit of blurring of the results in the first 2 weeks because patients swell, and then it kind of gradually goes down. After 6-8 weeks, you have a pretty good idea, and 3 to 6 months is patient dependent, the time when results kind of settle in. Usually, if patients want to touch it up or do anything more about it, we recommend to wait like 12 months. See here again an example, and please attention to the waist. We've worked 360-degree round. It's a thin patient. She doesn't have much fat, but see how her body shape changes. This is, I think, a beautiful example where liposculpture really is a very rewarding procedure. This young girl, she had a, let's say, very, very, for her, very distressful body shape, a lot of fat accumulation in the lower back. That, in the little black dress is nothing that patients enjoy so much. So liposculpture here gave her a waist, converted a short and square waist into a long and slim waist. We also added fat transfer to the buttocks here, so that's a very rewarding procedure for patients with this kind of problem. So what do we evaluate when you evaluate a result? For us, it comes to lengthening the waist, slimming the waist, defining the waist, creating a smooth waist to hip ratio, and debulk the lower tummy. are very, very important. Give it some time. Is the results keep looking better and better till after about 3 months. Males, very, very grateful for this. You do see an example here where we did a 360 lipo together with a gynecomastia. Typical case, a male patient, generally, with a good body shape, but he just couldn't define himself more with exercise. He had these stubborn belt fat pads, plus the gynecomastia we removed. That's a very impressive case. That because this is really ideal for male liposculpture, because this patient, he had a perfect muscle shape. It was just covered under fat. So if you peel the physique underneath the fat out, you get a kind of change like this. It's not for every male. It depends, on your body build before, but can be very, very, very rewarding. Safety in large volume liposuction, very, very important. We've had the privilege, the possibility to publish, I think, a very relevant keystone article on fluid management and liposuction. I think something that has really made its way into the protocols of many, many peers. We published this in Aesthetic Surgery Journal in 2023. I think this has really taken us a step ahead in safe management of large volumes. Technically, for those who are interested in technical details, we use Vibrosat ultrapower liposuction, which enables us to get an extraction speed of roughly around 150 milliliters per minute in a primary case. We use plasma skin retraction. There are technical variances. This is what we prefer in a large volume body contouring practice, but in the end of the day, it's the surgeon, it's not so much the technique. So if a surgeon prefers a different technique, it's fine. The important thing is that he does a lot of cases, that he does hundreds of these every year, then he will have a top performance. So that doesn't depend so much on the technique. I'm showing you this intra-op to show the effect of plasma skin retraction. You do see here we've emptied out this tummy and then work with plasma skin retraction that gives a reasonable skin tightening, not unlimited, but very helpful. Again, I think more important than technique is really expertise. This is a procedure where, to my humble opinion, a surgeon who wants to do that at a top level really has to commit at some stage in his career. I think it pretty much doesn't matter if he wants to do facelifts, rhinoplasties, or whatever. For me, it was body contouring. But say, look, at a certain point in your career, you say, I'm limiting myself to that. I'm focusing, I'm monospecializing, because that is a modern concept in high performance surgery. You specialize in one procedure. You do this procedure a lot. The more often you do it, the better you will perform, better results, less complications. So we've been doing this for over 16 years now and have logged over 7,000 BBL body contouring cases. For us, this concept works. If you do just one operation, you become extremely efficient. Your whole team gets very routine, and that's something that I think comes to the benefit of surgeon and patient. So I'm leaving you with this beautiful case here. You see, it's a reshaping procedure. We want to change your body shape, like in the case I show here, which was probably the golden indication for liposculpture. Technical details are important. We very much enjoy our technology, but in the end of the day, I lobby for saying monospecialization, experience, caseload, focusing on one procedure. That is the cutting edge in high volume surgery, in high performance surgery. So, when you scroll out for a surgeon to shape your body, make sure it's somebody who specializes in that and not somebody who does 15 different surgeries, because he will unlikely have a top performance. So I hope that was a helpful insight into the world of body contouring surgery, and I appreciate the possibility to present this here. We look forward to receiving your photos for assessment to see if we can help you achieve your dream body. We will be delighted to do so.